What's up YouTube? It's Adnan here from the Smart Forex Academy, and today in this lesson I'm gonna teach you complete guide on forex trading for the beginners. For all of you guys who want to make a successful career in forex trading, you are welcome here, and for all of those people who are watching me across the world, welcome here. I want to give you guys a quick disclaimer that 90% of the traders, retail traders, they lose their money in forex trading, and 10% of traders make money in forex trading. Well, there are a couple of reasons for that we will learn in our next upcoming lessons here on our channel. There is saying, my dear fellow traders, if your son is hungry, don't give him fish, just teach him how to hunt the fish. That basically means if you learn a skill in your life, that is always going to pay yourself. And of course, once you have successful skill in your hands, you are never going to depend upon others. And basically the purpose of learning forex trading is to get financial freedom and to rely upon your own self. So here on this channel I am going to try my best to guide you properly step by step about forex trading, and this lesson and this class is for all of those guys who are beginner in forex trading. This is going to consist of all the basic terminologies, and if you guys want to get success in forex trading for the long term, you must have a proper solid knowledge for forex trading, and you must have a solid knowledge on technical analysis, and after that you are going to get success in this trading as well. So I wish you good luck for making a good career in trading, and I am sure that my teaching is going to help you a lot. So let's go to our lesson and start this lesson. Okay, thank you so much.
Hello and welcome back viewers. Now my dear students, in this lesson we are going to learn what is forex, introduction of forex, what is forex trading. Okay, so let's start. So my dear students, forex or FX in short means foreign exchange. FOR, foreign, EX is for exchange. Okay, so forex means foreign exchange. In foreign exchange, in forex trading, there is exchange of currencies between each other. Okay, one currency is exchanged against the other. Okay, so in this market currencies are trading. There is exchange of currencies in the forms of pairs. Like for example, we want to exchange euro versus dollar, so its transfer will be done in form of EUR USD. So basically in forex trading there is exchange of currencies. Okay, this market is also known as currency trading market. Okay, it is a place where currencies are traded in form of pairs. Currencies are traded in forms of pairs like euro versus dollar, known as EUR USD, or we can say pound yen. Okay, GBP, JPY. So all the currencies are traded here in the forms of pairs. This market has no centralized location all across the world. Okay, and it is a global covering all the world decentralized market. Okay, it is also known as OTC market, which means that over the counter market. It has no centralized office or no physical location located anywhere in the world. Okay, and all the major banks of the world are included in this market. Approximately 4,500 banks work in this market. Okay, so all the major banks of the world are included in this market, and various factors like political, economic, supply and demand of the currencies, okay, push the currencies against each other up and down. Okay, and that's why these currencies are always moving. This market was limited to world larger banks and investors up to 1995, but after that it has been spread all across the world, even up to retail traders by the brokers. Okay, and this market started in 1971. After starting in 1971, this market has started gradually growing its volume, and nowadays up to $5 trillion are daily traded in this market, and due to this reason this is world highest market with $5 trillion daily traded volume. Okay, and this is world highest liquid market also and highest market in form of volume. Okay, $5 trillion are daily traded in this market. And well, if you are looking for a market that never sleeps, if you are looking for a market at which you want to work at your own desired time, then my dear students, this market is for you, because this market operates 24 hours a day. Okay, and here Sunday and Saturday are closed, but nowadays due to inclusion of Bitcoin in forex trading, some brokers, approximately all the brokers, are providing trading on Sunday, Saturday also, but volume is very low on that days. Okay, so this market operates 24 hours a day with Sunday, Saturday closed. Okay, so basically forex is foreign exchange. Okay, it is a place where currencies are traded against each other in forms of pairs. Okay, remember it, in forms of pairs like Euro USD, Pound Yen, GBP USD. It is a world highest market with $5 trillion traded daily volume. Okay, and all the major banks are included in this market. Okay, it has no centralized office or no physical location anywhere in the world. Okay, so this was the explanation that what is forex trading. Okay, thank you so much. Hello and welcome back viewers. So my dear students, in this lesson we are going to learn what are the major participants of forex market. Okay, so let's start. Forex market started in 1971. Okay, and after that it started gradually to increase its volume day by day. Okay, and nowadays $5.1 trillion are daily traded in terms of volume. Okay, and this is world highest market. In this market, first of all, there was only banks and big investors, but after that in 1995, okay, this market was provided to retail foreign traders, all the common persons located anywhere in the world, by the brokers. Okay, due to that reason its volume is always increasing. Okay, in the participants of forex market, first of all there are commercial companies, then central banks, all the world larger banks, approximately 4500 banks work in forex market, investment manager firms. Okay, retail foreign exchange traders, all the retail traders, non-bank foreign exchange companies. Okay, money transfer remittance companies, then we have speculators, and in the end hedgers. So these are the major participants of forex market. Okay, so here is outlook of major participants of forex market. Central banks, very important, institutional investors, commercial banks, brokers, individuals and companies. All of these factors play important role in major participants of forex. These are the major participants of forex: central banks, investors, commercial banks, brokers, individuals and companies. So this was explanation that what are the major participants of forex. Okay, thank you so much.
Hello and welcome back viewers. Now in this lesson we are going to learn what are forex market are. There is always a great question that why forex market never sleeps. Why forex market is open 24 hours a day. So all of my dear students, if you are looking for a market that never sleeps, if you are looking for a market at which you want to work at your own desired time, then this market is for you. Okay, in this lesson we will learn how forex market is open for 24 hours a day. We will understand its logic. Okay, so first of all I would like to start from a question, a general question, that at which time For example, we can say a bank like Citibank is closed in your country. So if I am from Pakistan, I can say it is closed 5 p.m. in my country. If it is closed 5 p.m., that does not mean it is closed at the same time in Dubai or in the Arabic countries. Okay, similarly, when it will be closed in Dubai, it will remain open in UK, and when it will be closed in UK, it will still remain open in the USA. Okay, so my dear students, this is just example of a small bank. If we take example of interbanks, which are banks of banks like Barclays, HSBC, Citibanks, which are the liquidity providers for whole banks, okay, for world banks, which are the banks of the banks, okay. So these banks are never going to be closed because their customer is never going to sleep. If it is closed in the Pakistan, it will remain open in Dubai. If it is closed in Dubai, it will remain open in UK, similarly in USA, Australia, etc., etc. So when interbanks are open for a whole day, and in our basic definition of forex trading, we have studied that in this business all the banks are involved, all the interbanks are involved. Okay, so when banks are never closed, this market is going to be always open. So this is the reason that why forex market is open 24 hours a day, due to involvement of interbanks, okay, and due to their opening. So the hours during which forex market participants are able to buy, sell, exchange and speculate on currencies, these hours are called as forex market hours. Okay, the hours during which forex market traders they trade. Okay, and due to involvement of interbanks, forex market is open for whole day, 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. This market starts from Sydney session opening from Monday until closing of US session of Friday. Okay, so it starts from 5 p.m. EST on Sunday until 4 p.m. EST on Friday. All the times here are given in the Eastern Standard Time, and we have different sessions like New Year session is open from 8 to 5 p.m. Then Tokyo 7 p.m. to 4 a.m. Then Sydney 5 p.m. to 2 a.m. Then London 3 a.m. to 12 noon. And here is the cycle of the forex market hours. First of all, we have Sydney session, then Tokyo session, then London and Europe, okay, and New York again. So this cycle is repeating again and again, and due to this cycle, forex market is always open. Okay, so this is the cycle of forex market hours. It is repeating again and again in this sequence, and here we have picture of different sessions like Sydney, Tokyo, London and New York, and again Sydney. So in this way, forex market operates 24 hours a day, and this market is never going to close during the 5 days of the market. But due to involvement of Bitcoin nowadays, some brokers are also providing trading on Saturday and Sunday also. So you can enjoy your trading 24/7. Okay, so this was the explanation that why forex market is open for 24 hours a day and 5 days of a week. Okay, I'm sure that you will get full concept of it. Okay, thank you so much.
So my dear students, as we know that forex market operates 24 hours a day, okay, due to involvement of different banks, interbanks all across the world. So here we have trading sessions also. Okay, what are the trading sessions? Basically, our market is divided into 4 trading sessions depending upon the markets of different countries like London, New York, Sydney, Tokyo, etc. Okay, in my premium course we have one app, okay, which is indicating sessions when we are trading, okay, and that is available on MT4. So Forex market operates 24 hours a day, and here we have 4 sessions: London session, New York session, Sydney and Tokyo. These timings are given in GMT and EST. Okay, above one is GMT timing and below one is EST timing. Okay, so here London sessions is going to start from 8 GMT, or we can say that 3 EST. This time is the cream time of the forex market. Okay, both London session and New York session. Now every personality is different, okay, and everyone likes to trade according to the sessions. Like for example, all the people who are from New York, USA, Canada, Mexico, Brazil, okay, they are not available during this session, okay, during the London and Sydney session, because due to huge time difference, and they are unable to trade during London session. Okay, they can get some time of the New Year session. So everyone person has different requirements. So whenever two sessions are going to overlap, like here, okay, Sydney and Tokyo sessions, or here London and New Year session, then market is going to be very volatile. Well, if you are a trader who likes trend, okay, who likes that market should move in a trend minimum 50-60 pips or 100 pips in a day, okay, then we are going to get that in London and New Year session, and particularly in this time when our market is overlapping. Okay, and well, if you are looking for a market that is in the range, then Sydney and Tokyo sessions are for us. Okay, during the Asian sessions, market will be in the range, its movement will be 20 pips, 30 pips, etc. in this range. So we have 4 session: London session, New Year session, Sydney and Tokyo. And during the London and New Year session, market is very volatile, okay, and it is suitable for the trend traders. And in the Sydney and Tokyo, market will be in the range, okay, it will be contained in 20 to 30 pips, etc. Okay, but due to sometime news, JPY pairs and Australian dollar or New Zealand dollars pairs can give some big movement. Okay, so we have 4 sessions in our forex market: London session and New York, Sydney and Tokyo. Here are the timings which are given in EST and GMT also. Okay, and best time to trade in the forex market is the London session and New Year session. So this was the explanation of trading sessions. Okay, thank you so much.
Hello and welcome back, viewers. Now in this lesson we are going to learn what is pip. Okay, what are the meanings of pip. Okay, so let's start. So all of my dear students, pip, which is also known as point in price or price interest point, okay, or percentage in point, basically it is the measure of change of exchange rate of a currency pair, okay, and it is the smallest unit of measurement which we use for trading a currency pair. We have studied base and COD currency, okay, so this is the smallest change in COD currency pair. The change which is occurring in COD currency pair is pip, okay, and it is the measure of change in currency pair in forex market. Okay, basically this is the standardized unit of measurement. Okay, so we can say standardized unit of measurement in forex market, okay, is known as pip, and it is the smallest change in quoted currency price. Okay, and sometimes it is referred as 1 basis point or 1 by 1 part of by 100 here. Okay, so most commonly it is referred as 1 by 100 or 1 percentage, or we can say 1 by 100, and it is also known as percentage in point, price interest point, and point in price. Okay, so it's very easy. It is the smallest change in quoted currency price, or we can say standardized unit, and measure of change in currency pair like forex market. Okay, so this is its definition. Now next step is that we will see it on our terminal, or we will see how we can measure our pips. Okay, that step is very important. Like here we can see this is Euro USD 1.27129. Okay, so most currency pairs are measured up to 5 decimal places. Okay, like here we can see here it is measured up to 5 decimal places, but here pip will correspond 4 up to 4 digits. Okay, up to 4 digit, like our pip will be 1.2712 here in this place. Okay, so we can say like in Euro USD market went from 1.271 up to 13, so it is a 1 pip movement. Okay, so you need to keep in mind in pairs like Euro USD or GBP USD we will ignore this 5th digit. Okay, so this is 1 pip movement of Euro USD, and for example we have price of Euro USD from 1.2050 up to 1.206. Okay, so here in this case we will avoid reading of 1.20. Okay, and our pip value will start from 50 up to here 60. So in this case our movement is 10 pips. Okay, now Japanese pairs are exceptions. All the Japanese pairs, okay, are measured up to 3 decimal places, but here pip will correspond up to 2 digits. Okay, like here in this case it will start from 110 up to 6. From here it will start, and here we can see if market has moved from 60 up to 80, so we can say our market has moved like 20 pips. Okay, so in pairs of yen we have different criteria, but pairs of Euro USD, GBP USD we have different situations. Okay, so here is Euro USD. In this case our pip value will start from 50. Okay, and similarly GBP USD, but in pairs of yen it is a little bit different, because here our value will start from 110 up to 50. Okay, like here we can see our GBP JPY is 145.50. Okay, so Japanese pairs are different from our major pairs like Euro USD and GBP USD, etc. So this was the explanation of what is pip. Basically pip is the smallest change in quoted currency price, and it is a standardized unit of measurement in change in exchange rate of currency pair. Okay, I'm sure that you have full concept of it right now. Okay, thank you so much.
Hello and welcome back viewers. In this lesson we are going to cover one of the most important topic in forex trading in basic terminologies of forex, that is leverage. What is the concept of leverage? As far as my knowledge is concerned, and I personally know those traders who are trading but they don't know proper concept of leverage. What is leverage? So in this lesson we are going to cover leverage with full explanation. Okay, so let's start. So before starting the proper definition of leverage, I will try to explain this concept with 2 to 3 examples so that you should learn it in a proper way. Just imagine if you want to start trading and you have $1,000 in your account. Okay, here you are doing any kind of trading, for example, stocks, currency trading, any kind of trading. Okay, so you have $1,000 in your account, and now you want to buy any share. Just imagine price of one share is $10, and here you can buy maximum 100 shares at a time because our account limit is $1,000. Okay, One share is $10, so our maximum limit is 100 shares. So we have bought 100 shares with $10 price of each share. So now if we are having a good day and share price increases from $10 to $11, that is $1 per share. Okay, so in this case we are getting $1 per share profit. So total we have 100 shares. So our total profit will be $100, and now our account has reached up to $1,100. Remember we started with $1,000 and now we are on $1,100. So in this way we got 10% return even in a single day. Okay, I will repeat again this scenario. For example, we have $1,000 in our account. We bought 100 shares with $10. Okay, and share price increases from $10 to 11, $1 per share. So our total profit is $100, and now our account is on $1,100. Okay, and we got 10% return even on a single day. Okay, now we are moving to another scenario, that is scenario number 2. Now just imagine broker is your friend and he is giving you some money. Okay, broker gives you 10 times money credit on your own investment. Like for example, we have $1,000 already in our account and broker is giving 10 times credit. So now we got $10,000 total. Okay, because broker is giving us credit 10 times on our own investment. Okay, and now our account has reached up to $10,000. Okay, so in this case, if we have one share of $10 and now we can buy 1000 shares maximum. Okay, remember in last scenario we bought 100 shares, but in this case we can buy 1000 shares maximum. Okay, and now share price increases from $10 to $11. Keep in mind, scenario is same. Simple is that our share limit has been increased because due to 10 times credit provided by the broker. Okay, so if we got $1 profit per share and we have 1000 shares, so in this case our total profit will be 1000. $1,000, that is 100% of our account or 100% return with our investment, that is same. Remember we started with $1,000. Broker has given us 10 times credit. Okay, our investment is same, but now at this time our profit has increased 10 times. This is the advantage of leverage. Okay, and that's the beauty of forex market, that it has leverage. Okay, so now we got 100% return on a single day with our same investment. Here a question arises that why will broker give us credit? Why? Okay, its answer is very simple, because broker has only concern with his brokerage. Okay, broker will charge us spread. He has no concern either we loss, either we got any profit, small profit, big profit or loss. Okay, broker has only concern with the spread that he is charging us. Okay, with the brokerage. So its broker desire that we should trade more with big lots, and the more we will trade with big lots, broker will be happy and more brokerage he will get. Okay, or we can say it's simply that it's bread and butter of a broker. That's why he is giving us 10 times, and nowadays brokers are given up to 2000 times leverage. Okay, But now there is another question. For example, broker is giving us 10 times credit. Our credit was only 10%, $1,000. Will investment of broker at the risk? 90% investment of broker will be at risk. This question will arise in your mind, and the answer to this question is no, because broker is still safe in this scenario because he has no risk in it. Okay, the reason for is that nowadays we have online terminals like MT4, and brokers have adjusted and set the stop loss limit that only trader will lose money and broker will not lose any kind of money. Okay, he is still safe. What brokers do, they basically set stop loss limit in MT4, and whenever trader money is going about to loss in account, then all the trades will be closed. Okay, so it means our trade will be open until we have our own money in our account. Whenever, for example, our trades are going in loss, and when the amount of loss is near to our account balance or it is increasing, then all the trades will be closed. Okay, and this process is called as margin call. Okay, when all the loss is increasing or it is near to our account balance, then all the open trades will be closed automatically, and this process is called as margin call. And now broker is still safe. Okay, so what is leverage? Basically, leverage is that by putting small inputs, getting huge inputs. Okay, by putting small input, getting huge outputs, by putting small effort to pick up heavy loads. Okay, the process in which you want to get heavy output using a very small effort and small input, this is called as leverage, the ratio of transaction size to the actual investment used for the margin. Okay, and this is the broker extra credit for the traders, and that's the beauty of forex market, and I think it is one of the biggest ever advantage to the forex trader. If you have talent, then believe me, you can make awesome profit in this forex market. If you have talent, you can make awesome profits. You can double your account, you can triple your account, you can make any kind of money in this forex market if you have proper skills and if you have talent. Okay? So basically, concept of leverage is that with small efforts to pick up the huge weight or huge load, whatever we can say, this is leverage. Okay, and in leverage we can control a large amount of money using none or very little of your own money, like if we are traders, and the rest of the money is from the broker. Now if just we focus on this picture is showing us that by putting small efforts we can pick heavy loads. This rod is called as lever, this is a fulcrum, and this concept we have studied in physics also. By putting here small effort, we can pick up heavy loads. Okay, this is heavy load, and here we will apply small force. So similarly, leverage is similar to this. Okay, leverage works on this principle. Okay, and here you can see also that in trading, by applying very small input we can get huge output. So this is the concept of leverage. I am sure that now you have fully understand the concept of leverage, and you will never forget about this concept. Okay, thank you so much.
Hello and welcome back, viewers. Now, in this lesson, we are going to cover Very important topic for the beginners. Okay, they don't know how to calculate pip, okay, margin and leverage. So in this lecture I will explain how we can calculate pip profit, margin required for our trading on different kind of leverage and leverage also. Okay, so let's start. So my dear students, if you want to calculate pip profit or margin, first of all you need to open Google, okay, and then just type these words XNex, okay, calculator, this one, okay. So we will open XNex calculator. This is the easiest tool which you can use, or what you need to do, just open this website www.xnex.com, okay. Then here click on tools, after tools just click here on traders calculator, okay. So here I got the link from Google, XNex calculator, okay. We will not change any values from here like account type, mini or different kind. You should avoid this cent one, okay. If you will click here in cent, then it is going to values in cents, okay. So we will keep it mini. After that we will select foreign exchange forex. Now here is the our required thing. Here I have our card Aussie Canadian dollar, okay. And if I want to choose any different pair, so here all the pairs are present, like here I will choose Australian dollar. Now here I can adjust my lot size. For example, it is giving me lot size of 0.1, and then leverage, and here I can choose any currency. Like for example, your account is in pound sterling, you can choose GBP USD, okay. So I will click here on calculate, and after clicking that you can see I got this margin. It means on 200 leverage, if we want to put a trade of 0.1 on Australian dollar, then we require 36.92 USD, okay. And here our pip profit will be $1. Swap long, swap short, and volume also. So these things are not important, okay. We have to calculate our pip profit, margin sometimes also. So here for example, if I want to change my leverage, then I can select my own desired leverage, like if I want to choose 100 or if I want to choose 1000, then it will give me values according to that. So here if I click, so you can see it has given me new values, margin on 1000 leverage, pip profit, etc, okay. So here if I want to change my pairs, like if I want to select Euro GBP, okay, and if here I want to choose my account currency, like my account is in Australian dollar, then I will click here. So you can see it has given me margin, pip profit now in Australian dollar, because our account currency is in Australian dollar, so it has given me pip profit in Australian dollar also. And here we have our leverage also. For example, if I want to choose any other pair like GBP NZD, okay, and if I want to change my account currency like on pound sterling, so I will click on calculate. There we go, we have got this pip profit value, margin, and leverage also. So this is a great tool which you can get, okay, and it will give you values in a very quick way, and it's very easy to use, okay. So in this way we can calculate our margin, pip profit, leverage, etc, whatever we want, okay. So this was the explanation that how we can calculate our pip profit, how we can get our margin and leverage also. Thank you so much. Hello and welcome back viewers. Now in this lesson we are going to learn what is lot in forex. This is very important topic, especially for the beginners. Okay, so let's start. We will see how currency pairs are traded, okay. For that we have a standardized form for any type of currency pair, okay. The standard transaction size in forex transaction is known as lot size, okay, and it is the amount of currency pair which we are using for buying or selling, okay. This is a standardized unit which we are using in forex trading for any transaction, okay, for buying or selling, okay. We have three types of lot size in our forex trading. First one is standard lot, second one is mini lot, and third one is micro lot. One standard lot is equal to 100,000 units of base currency, okay. Remember it, one standard lot, the biggest lot, is equal to 100,000 units of base currency. Now next type is one mini lot. It is equal to 10,000 units of base currency, okay, 10,000 units of base currency. And third one is one micro lot, and it is equal to 1000 units of base currency, okay. What is lot size? Basically it is a standard transaction size which we use in forex trading, and it is the amount of currency pair which we are buying or selling, okay. It has three types: standard lot, mini lot, and micro lot. One standard lot is equal to 100,000 units of base currency, one mini lot is equal to 10,000 units of base currency, and micro lot is equal to 1000 units of base currency. Now we will try to understand with some examples. First of all is our standard lot. Now in our MT4, this standard lot looks like this. It is represented as 1.00 etc. okay, one standard lot. This is the representation of one standard lot in our MT4, okay, in our terminal. And one standard lot is equal to 100,000 units of base currency. Like for example, in this example we can say one standard lot USD JPY is equal to $100,000. So one standard lot looks like this. Our next type is mini lot, okay. Mini lot looks like this in our MT4. Mini lot looks like this in our MT4, okay. It is represented as 0.1, okay, and mini lot is equal to 10,000 units of base currency. And for example, if we have one mini lot of USD JPY, so it is equal to $10,000, okay. And our next one type is micro lot. So micro lot looks like this, 0.01, okay. A micro lot is equal to 1000 units of base currency, and here 0.01 lot USD JPY is equal to 1000 units. So this was the explanation that what is our lot size, okay, what are different types of lot size. I'm sure that now you have full concept of it, okay. Thank you so much. Hello and welcome back viewers. Now in this lesson we are going to learn what is bid price, what is ask price, and what is spread. So all of my dear students, these terms are very important, okay, and sometimes beginners face difficulty to understand these terms. Okay, so let's start. What is bid price? A bid price is a price at which a trader is willing to sell a currency for, okay, like here these are shown. Now these bid price and ask price are always shown on our market watch of our MT4, okay. Bid price is the price a forex trader is willing to sell a currency for, okay. Now these are shown in the market watch in real time, and these are constantly updating, okay. So bid price is the price at which we want to sell a currency pair, okay. Here we can see different prices in the bid section, and here we can see different prices in the ask section also. So bid price is the price to sell a currency pair for, okay. Now ask price. What is the ask price? Ask price is a price at which a forex trader is willing to buy a currency pair at, okay. Like for example, I want to buy a currency pair of GBP USD at this price. So this will be my ask price. Okay, so it's a price at which a trader will buy a currency pair at. For example, I want to buy a currency pair at, so I will buy from this price. Okay, this is always shown in market watch in real time and it is constantly updating. Okay, so this is ask price. Now we will also see our bid price and ask price on our MT4 also. Okay, so let's take a look at that. So my dear students, here we can see our bid price and ask price. So bid price is a price at which we can sell our currency pair. Like here we have option of selling our currency pair. Okay, and ask price is the price at which we can buy our currency pair. Okay, so these values are shown here, like this one, bid price and ask price. Bid price is for selling the currency pair. Okay, it could be any pair. Okay, and ask price is for buying the currency pair. Now bid price is always shown in a horizontal line which is displayed here. Okay, in the gray color, this one. And if we want to add ask line also, for that just right click here and then go to properties, then go to common. Okay, and then click on this option, show ask line also, then press OK. So here you can see we have got a red line also which is explaining our ask price also. Okay, which is showing our ask price also. Okay, so these are the bid and ask price. Okay, now we will take a look that what is spread. Now for example, bid price of a currency pair like GBP USD is 1.2570. Okay, if trader thinks that price will fall down from these levels, okay, so I'm going to sell this pair. So bid price is this price, okay, 1.2570, and our ask price is 1.2572. Okay, a trader thinks that price will go up from this level, and ask price is this one, 1.2572. Okay, so the difference between bid price and ask price is called as spread. It's very easy. Difference between bid price and ask price is called as spread. It is shown here that our bid price is 1.2570, our ask price is 1.2572. Okay, so here is the difference of 2 pips between bid price and ask price. Okay, so the difference between bid price and ask price is called as spread, and this is the bread and butter of a forex broker. Okay, forex broker are running on the basis of spread. Simply the difference between bid price and ask price is called as spread. It includes broker's profit, they earn their brokerage, they earn everything from their spread. Okay, so it includes broker profit, brokerage, taxes, etc., etc. Okay, and now spread is always different for a broker. Some brokers are specific, they charge fixed spread. Some brokers charge more spread and some charge less spread. So it is variable from a broker to another broker. Okay, so this was the explanation of bid price, ask price, and what is spread. Okay, I'm sure that now you have fully understand these terms with full clear concept. Okay, thank you so much. Hello and welcome back viewers. Now in this lesson we are going to learn what is balance, what is equity, what is the meaning of balance, what is the meaning of equity, and what's the difference between these two. Okay, so let's start. So my dear students, balance is the amount of money which a trader has in its account. Okay, and now keep in mind, when there is no position in your MT4 on your trade terminal, then balance is the amount of money in your account. Okay, if you have any open position, then your balance might change according when you have closed your trade. Okay, so when there is no open position, balance is the amount of money in your account. Okay, and it does not include any profit or loss with any open position. Okay, when your position will be closed, then your balance might change according to the result of your position. Okay, and in our MT4, balance is displayed here, like you can see in our trade terminal and under the trade tab. And if you have MT5, then balance is displayed here under the toolbox here. Okay, under the trade tab. So basically balance is the amount of money when there is no open position in your account. Okay, and it does not include any profit or loss with any open position, and when your position will be closed, then your balance might change according to the result of your trade. Okay, it is displayed like this in your MT4 in the terminal window. Okay, and under the trade tab. So my dear students, now many of the beginner students and beginner forex trader, they got a huge confusion that's what's the difference between equity and balance. Okay, they mix up equity and balance. Okay, and now we will try to understand what is equity. Basically, my dear students, equity refers the amount of money which we have in our account, that is balance, including profit or loss from our open position. Like here we can say we have a open position, this is our balance, and equity includes our floating profit or loss. Okay, so it is the account balance which includes floating profit or loss from our open position. Okay, like here in this example we can see our open position, it is running in -$8. Okay, loss. So here we can see our equity is below than our balance in $8. So basically equity is equal to balance plus floating profit or loss. Okay, equity is displayed in our terminal window here in our MT4 under the trade tab. Okay, and once if we have no open position, then balance and equity will be the same. Okay, so basically definition of equity is that it is the amount of money which we have in our trading account plus floating profit or loss from our open positions. Okay, so this was the explanation that what is balance and what is equity, what's the difference between these two. Okay, now I am sure that you have got full concept of it. Okay, thank you so much. Hello and welcome back viewers. So all of my dear students, in this lesson we are going to learn what are base and chord currencies. Okay, so let's start. As we know that in forex trading, currencies are always traded in the pairs. Okay, like here we have example of some different pairs. Okay, Euro USD, GBP USD, USD JPY and GBP JPY. So in a currency pair, first currency is always known as a base currency. So all the currencies which are shown here in a yellow color, these are the base currencies, and second one which is shown in white color, this is known as chord currency. Okay, I will highlight it again that first currencies are always known as base currencies, these one. Okay, and these white one are known as chord currencies. Okay, so first currency is also known as transaction currency, and second currency which is our chord currency is always known as counter currency also. What is a base currency? First currency which is appearing in a currency pair quotation. Okay, this is known as a base currency. Like here in this example we can see GBP JPY. Here GBP is base currency and JPY is chord currency. Now always keep in mind that base currency is always shown in the left side, and this is often known as transaction currency also. Okay, So first currency appearing in a currency pair is known as base currency. Okay, it appears on the left side and it is also known as transaction currency also. Now, what is card currency? Card currency is the second currency which is quoted in a currency pair in forex. Okay, like here we can see it right now. This is shown on the right side of a currency pair and it is known as counter currency also. So second currency which is shown in a currency pair is known as card currency. Okay, now the best way to understand a base and card currency is in the exchange rate. Okay, like for example here we have exchange rate of GBP, okay, Great Britain pound. Like we can say GBP USD price is equal to 1.4050. Here in this example, 1 Great Britain pound is equal to 1.4050 USD. Okay, here we can say GBP is our base currency and USD is our card currency, and it means that 1 Great Britain pound worth 1.4050 USD, or we can say 1 GBP is equal to 1.4050 USD. So in this way, base and card currencies are always explained. So this was the explanation that what are base and card currencies. I am sure that now you have fully understand these terms and you have full concept of these terms. Okay, thank you so much. Hello and welcome back viewers. Now in this lesson we are going to learn what is a currency pair, what are the types of currency pairs, okay, their examples and everything with full details of a currency pair. Okay, so let's start. So my dear students, as we know that in foreign exchange there is exchange of currencies. One currency is exchanged against other. Okay, so basically a currency pair consists of two currencies. Okay, it is the quotation of two different currencies with value of one currency being trading against other. Okay, here one currency is trading against other. Okay, and it consists of quotation of two different currencies. Okay, all right. So in a currency pair we are going to compare the value of one currency to another. Okay, and all the currency pairs are always written in ISO codes, which we are going to study in our next lesson. Okay, so a currency pair consists of quotation of two different currencies with the value of one currency being trading against another. Okay, and we have example like Euro USD. Euro is being trading against USD. Okay, GBP USD, USD JPY. Okay, so these are the examples of a currency pair. So basically in currency pair we are comparing the value of one currency to another, and it is consisting of quotation of two different currencies with the value of one currency being trading against another. Okay, all the currencies are written in ISO codes. Okay, so now we will see there are how many types of currency pairs. So my dear students, we have three types of currency pairs. First of all, major currency pair, second cross currency pairs, and third one exotic currency pairs. Okay, major, cross and exotic currency pairs. So first of all we are going to take a look what are the major currency pairs. Okay, so my dear students, in major currency pairs we have one thing common, and that is USD. Okay, in these currency pairs one currency is included in one side. It could be now either base currency or card currency, and it is present in all the pairs. Okay, and it is USD, United States dollar. Okay, so all of those pair which are containing USD in either side, either on base or card currency, so those pairs are called as major currency pairs. Okay, they must include USD. Now these major currency pairs generate more than 80% of the volume in a single day which is occurring in the forex market. Okay, so 80% of volume is generated by major currencies. These major currencies are less volatile, more liquid. Always keep one thing in mind, that these major currency pairs are with very tighter spread. Okay, their spread is between 1 to 2 pips. Okay, maximum 2 pips nowadays. And these currency pairs have always frequent economic news, fundamental news. Okay, so their news are coming frequently again and again in a week. Okay, and all of these above reasons make them favorable for the day traders. Okay, and 80% of the volume is generated by the major currencies. Okay, so in the definition of major currencies, we have seen that USD is a must currency on either side. Okay, and in examples of major currency, we have Euro USD, USD JPY, GBP USD, AUD USD, USD CHF, USD COD, and NZD. Okay, so these are the 7 major currency pairs. Okay, alright, so now we will see what are cross currency pairs. Okay, in cross currency pairs, US dollar is not present. Okay, so those pairs which does not include US dollar are called as cross currency pairs. These are also called minor currency pairs. Okay, in these pairs spread is wider. These pairs are more volatile, very volatile, like GBP JPY, Euro JPY, and they are less liquid as compared to major currency pairs. Okay, these pairs are also known as minors. Okay, and examples of these pairs, we have Euro GBP, GBP JPY, Euro JPY, and NZD JPY. Okay, so all of those pair which does not include US dollar are called as cross currency pairs. Okay, they have wider spread, more volatile, less liquid, and they are also known as minor currency pairs. In the example of these, we have Euro GBP, GBP JPY, Euro JPY, and NZD JPY. We are going to see our third type, and this is exotic currency pairs. What are the exotic currency pairs? Okay, so exotic currency pairs are those currency pairs which involve currencies of emerging economy. Okay, or currency from a small country with small developing economy. Okay, so these pairs are taken from those currencies which are from small country with small developing economy, and they include currencies of emerging economy. Okay, and in those pairs spread is wider and they are not liquid. Okay, example is like just like USD Singapore dollar. Okay, so this was the explanation of what are currency pairs, what is the definition of currency pairs, what are the different types of currency pairs, their examples, and everything in full detail. I am sure that now you have full concept of it. Okay, thank you so much. Hello and welcome back, viewers. Now, my dear students, in this lesson we are going to learn what is margin and what is free margin. Okay, so let's start. So all of my dear students, as we know that broker are providing us leverage, so with the help of leverage we can trade more, we can use more capital, okay, than our deposited amount. But brokers always require certain amount of funds which can be used for potential losses. Okay, to cover up any potential losses, broker always requires certain amount of funds. Okay, so that amount of funds is known as margin. Okay, so it is known as a required amount to have in an account balance in order to purchase a currency on credit, or we can say minimum amount required to open a new forex position. Okay, the minimum amount which we should have in our account balance to open a new position, this is called as margin. margin is always based on leverage. Okay, like for example, here in this example we can say our total balance is $50,000 and here we have one standard lot AUD USD. Okay, so this amount which is in red circle is called as margin, which is $737. Okay, it means that if we have $737 in our account, so we can place one standard lot of AUD USD. Okay, and now keep in mind that margin is always different from one pair to other pair, and it is always change from one leverage to other leverage. Okay, so this 737 is the amount which we require to open a new position on leverage. Okay, in this account leverage is up to 100. Okay, so it means that on leverage of 100 we require $737, okay, to open a new position of one standard lot of AUD USD. We can also check our desired margin for any pair, like here from this tool we have already discussed it in calculation of leverage and pip profit. Okay, you need to visit this link xnext.com, then tools and calculator. Okay, so for example, here if I want to check my margin for GBP USD on leverage of 1 into 100, okay, then I will press calculate. So this is my required margin. For example, if I will change my leverage up to 200, then my margin will be changed, because margin is always dependent on leverage. Okay, so I will press here calculate, and there you can see my margin is changed right now. Okay, so in this way we can check our required margin amount on different types of leverage. Okay, with any kind of lot size. Now we will see what is free margin. Free margin is the difference of account equity and open positions margin. Okay, like for example, this is our account equity and we have already covered up margin of this amount. Okay, so once we gonna calculate our difference of this equity and this margin, the remaining amount is our free margin. Okay, it's very simple. If we want to calculate our free margin, then we can check it from this formula, equity minus margin, and then we will get our free margin. Okay, so free margin is the amount which we get from the difference of account equity and open position margin. Okay, this is its formula. Okay, all right, so this was the explanation that what is margin and what is free margin and how we can calculate margin also. Thank you so much. Hello and welcome back, viewers. Now in this lesson we are going to learn what is margin level and how we can calculate our margin level. Okay, so let's start. So my dear students, basically margin level is always indicating health of our account. Okay, it indicates the health of your trading account in the form of ratio which is involving equity and use margin. Like for example, when you are trading, you will see this kind of figure on your MT4 account. Okay, this is margin, this is free margin, and this is margin level. It is in the form of percentage of our account balance which involves equity and use margin. Its formula is very easy. We can calculate our margin level using this formula. It is equal to equity divided by margin and then multiplied by 100. Okay, for example, here if we have equity of 5,000 and our used margin is 1,000, okay, so our margin level of our account will be 500%. Okay, it will be equal to 500%, which is indicating health of our account. And for example, whenever you are suffering from huge loss, then this percentage will be decreased. Okay, it will come up to 40 and 20%, and when it will come up to 50%, some broker will stop your account trading, okay, and some broker will stop out your account trading on 20%, okay. So basically margin level is always indicating health level of your trading account involving equity and use margin. Its formula is margin level is equal to equity divided by margin and then multiplied by 100, okay. We can calculate it equity divided by use margin and then multiplied by 100. In this example we can see 500%, and similarly in this example we can see also. So this was the explanation that what is margin level and how we can calculate it. Okay, thank you so much. Hello and welcome back viewers. Now in this lesson we are going to learn what is margin call. Okay, so let's start. Basically my dear students, margin call looks like this on your account, okay. In this red color it is shown to us, okay. So basically this is a notification which is going to tell you that you need to deposit more money in your account, okay. So this is a notification which alerts that we need to deposit more money or we need to close our losing positions to free up the margin, okay. And it is always shown as fixed percentage decided by the broker. Some broker give margin call at 20% of margin level, some broker 40%, some broker 50% of the margin level, okay. In our previous lecture we have already studied that what is margin level. So basically this is a notification which is telling us that we need to deposit more money to free up our margin or we should close our losing positions. And whenever you are going to open account on any broker, okay, then you will see its percentage which is written in account specification. So it can be found in its percentage account specification of broker also. And basically this is a warning for the trader that is showing that stop out level is going to approach very soon, okay. If margin call happens, then this is a worst thing for a trader because he is going to lose his all money, okay. And basically margin call is a notification which looks like this in our MT4, okay, and it tells that we need to deposit more money or we need to close our positions to free up the margin. It is always shown in fixed percentage decided by the broker, can be found its percentage in account specification. Whenever we are opening account on broker we can see it right now, and it is a warning for the trader that stop out level is approaching. Now we will take an example. We already know that margin level is always equal to equity divided by margin multiplied by 100, okay. So here in this case, for example, our balance is 2000 but we have 1000 losses, okay. So our equity will be 1000. That is here 1000 is our margin and then we multiply it by 100. So our margin level is 100% right now. If it drops down to 40% or 50%, then we will get a margin call, okay. So this is how margin call operates. So this was the explanation that what is margin call. I am sure that now you got full concept of it, okay. Thank you so much.
Hello and welcome back viewers. So my dear students, in this lesson we are going to learn what is stop out level, okay. What are the meanings of stop out? Okay, so let's start. My dear students, we have studied about margin, free margin, margin level, margin call, everything in full detail, okay. Now this is another terminology and this is important terminology. Whenever we are going to get margin call or whenever our margin level is so decreased, okay, then what normally brokers does, they are going to close our accounts automatically, okay. And especially for those brokers who are providing very small leverage like up to 50%, then we can face such problem also. So this is a point at which broker starts closing the least profitable open positions, okay. Either they are in the profit but they should be in least profitable, less profitable, okay, or if they are negative, so in this ratio they are going to close our accounts. in order to free up more margin. Okay, you will see that, for example, if your account is blown, okay, then if you have 5 running trades, so what normally broker will do, it will close 4 trades out of 5, okay, to free up the margin. So this is a point at which broker starts closing the least profitable open position in order to free up more margin. Okay, and whenever we are going to make account on any broker, then we are going to read that stop out level will be this. Okay, now this is different from margin call. It depends upon margin level. Okay, whenever our margin level is going to fall up to 20%, or some brokers will say 40%, okay, then we are going to be stopped out. Okay, so it depends upon broker percentage which they are offering, while we can see when we are going to open accounts. Okay, so this was the explanation that what is stop out level. Okay, what are the meanings of stop out level. Okay, thank you so much. Hello and welcome back, viewers. Now in this lesson we are going to learn another important term, forex basic terminologies. Okay, and this is swap. So what is swap? Okay, so let's start. So my dear students, basically swap is the interest. It is the amount of interest which we are going to pay for keeping our trade open for overnight. Okay, majority of the traders are intraday traders. Okay, so whenever you are going to open and close your trade for intraday within the day, then you are never going to pay this amount of interest. Okay, but if your trade is going to run for overnight, okay, then we need to pay this amount of interest. So basically swap is the interest earned or paid for keeping a trade overnight open. Okay, so swap is the amount of interest which we are going to earn or paid for keeping a trade overnight open. Okay, there are two types of swap. Okay, swap long for long position, swap short for short positions. Okay, so swap is never recommended for the Muslim traders. All of the Muslim traders are not recommended to use swap account. Okay, and nowadays majority of the brokers, they are offering swap free account or Islamic accounts for the Muslim traders. Okay, so for the Muslim traders you need to choose Islamic or swap free account. So in the definition of swap, we have seen that it is the interest which we are going to earn or pay for keeping our trade overnight open. There are two types of swap, swap long or short. Okay, it is never recommended for the Muslim traders, and we need to choose Islamic account or swap free account from our brokers. Okay, so now we will see how we can calculate swap. So my dear students, we have discussed this link. Okay, just open xnext.com and then go to tools. Okay, and then select traders calculator. Okay, we have discussed this link again and again in my course. Okay, just go to xnext.com, then go to tools, traders calculator. After clicking on that, we are going to get this link. Okay, so here we will keep this account type mini. Okay, after that we will select only our forex foreign exchange. Then we can select our desired currency, like for example Euro USD or any currency we need to select, we can select that. Okay, so here I have selected Euro USD. Then I can adjust my lot size. Okay, and then we need to select leverage. One thing I want to make you sure that our swap is never related with leverage. Okay, it is related with the lot size. As the lot size bigger or smaller, okay, similarly swap will change. And then we need to select our account currency. Okay, then just press on calculate. So there we go, we have got our result. Here we can see our pip profit, okay, margin, etc. So this is our required thing, swap long. Okay, here we can see on Euro USD trade, if we have opened one standard lot Euro USD trade, okay, for night, Okay, if it is buy trade, then we need to pay this amount of swap to our broker. Okay, this amount of interest we need to pay. Okay, and if our trade is for sell, then we are going to earn this amount. Okay, so swap long is for buy trade, swap short is for sell trade. Okay, this is very easy and best way to calculate your swap. Okay, its formula is present here, like we can see that lots multiplied by contract size, then short or long, and then multiplied by point size. Okay, so it will confuse you a lot. I will never recommend to use this formula. Okay, this is the easiest ways for the beginner to use it. Okay, so in this way we can use swap for our long position or for our buy position. So this was the explanation that what is swap and how we can use swap. Okay, I am sure that now you have got a full clear understandable concept of swap. Okay, thank you so much.
Hello guys, welcome back. Today in this lesson I am going to explain what are bulls versus bears, bullish and bearish market. These terms are very important because in the next lectures I am going to explain this term again and again. So this is very important term for the beginners who have to learn what are bulls and bears or bullish or bearish market. Bulls and bears look like this. This is bull, this is bear. Bullish and bearish or bulls or bears, these terms are derived from how these animals attack to their opposites. Okay, alright, so now we will see it in the detail. So this is a bull, and how it attacks from the bottom by putting its head down. It will attack to its opponent by putting its head down and going to bottom, and then it will push upside. So terms bulls is right how a bull will attack to its opponent. First it will go down, then it will pull to the upside. So now bullish and bearish market. So basically these terms are derived how they attack to their opponents. Okay, bulls always take their heads to the grounds. They will take their heads to the downward side and then they will put it to the upside. So in forex trading it will be like when market is touching to the bottom and then it will be pushed to the upside. So basically what happens in the bullish market, where our prices are thrown to the upward side like a bull, like it first it goes down, it will put its head to the ground and then it will push to the upside. So in bullish market prices are thrown upward like a bull. Okay, so those people who are buying the market right now, who are buying from the bottom, these will be called as bulls. Okay, it's very simple that how bull attack to their opponents. So these terms are derived from how they will attack to their opponents. In the bullish market prices will be thrown upward, so that's why those people who are buying, they are called as bulls. Okay, alright, so here I have an example on the chart of H4 gold. So you can see right now here that as the market was falling, okay, then it was making a bottom here. So like how a bull will attack, first it will touch its head to the ground, so market was making a bottom, then it will push to the upside, it will push to the upside from touching the bottom. So that's why those people who were seeing buying opportunity right from this level, they are called as bulls. They have bought the market right from here and brought up to this level, so those are called as bulls. It's very simple. Okay, alright, so now we will see what are bears. This is bear. So simple is that bear's terms is used that how a bear will attack to its opponents. Okay, that how it will attack to its opponents. A bear first will stand up fully, then it will fall heavily with their full weight and for attacking. First it will stand up and then it will fall down. So similarly, bearish market will act like also. Okay. So in bearish market, prices are thrown downwards like bears. First a bear will stand up, then with full weight. Okay. So in bearish market, first prices will go to the upside and then a huge volume of selling is coming. So that's why those people who are selling the market, those are called as bears. Okay. First it will stand up, then it will fall heavily. Okay. So those who are selling are called as bears. Like I have this example. First market was going up from here, you can see. Then like a bear falls, first it will stand up, then like it falls down with full weight. So you can see a huge volume. Okay. So market has fallen and this is called a bearish market, and such people are called as bears. So those people who are selling are now called as bears. Okay, so this was the explanation of bulls and bears, or what is bullish and bearish market. Okay, thank you.
Hello and welcome back viewers. Now in this lesson we are going to learn what is an entry order, like new order and its type. Okay, these are very important terms. Okay, like pending orders and all of those buy stop, sell stop, etc., especially for the beginners, because sometimes they got a huge confusion, especially for understanding these terms. Okay, so let's start. So my dear students, basically an entry order is used to enter into a trade at a specific trade level. Okay, entering into trade at a specific trade level, if price is not reached to that level, then entry order will not be triggered. Okay, so my dear students, in types of order, we have three types of order. First one is market order. It is instant execution. Second one is limit order, pending order, and third one is stop order. Okay. First one is market order. Basically, it allows the trader to buy or sell at the current market price. Okay. At the current price, a trader can buy or sell. Okay. So it is called as market order. And when market order is triggered, it becomes immediately open position with fluctuating profit or loss. Okay, so in a market order, a trader is allowed to buy or sell at the current market price. Okay, and it immediately becomes open position with fluctuating profit or loss. Okay, now we will see our market order at the MT4. So my dear students, as you can see, this is GBP USD. Okay, this is type market execution. In this market order, our execution is instant. Okay, that means that our trade will be placed instant. Okay, like for example, if I will click here, so it has immediately become our open position, and here we can see our floating profit or loss. Okay, so new order looks like this. Our market order, it is showing us our floating profit or loss also, and this new order is always above this gray line. Okay, on our MT4, this new order is always above our gray line. Now we will see what is limit order. So my dear students, basically a limit order is an order to buy a market below the current market price. Okay, or to sell a market above the current market price if price is reached. For example, if you have analyzed the market and market is running here, okay, at this point, if you think market will come down and you want to buy from this level, okay, like we can say this is your support and you want to buy from this level, so you will buy from this level, or you think that market will go to this level and I want to sell from this level. Okay, this is your resistance or any of strategy you are following. Okay, so if you want to sell from this level, so in limit orders we will buy market below the current market price and sell our market above the current market price when its price is reached. Okay, in our limit orders you are thinking that price will reverse. Okay, when our my entry is triggered. Okay, so it is used when trader thinks that price action will reverse upon hitting upon market price. Okay, we will see this in full detail. In limit order we have two types, buy limit and sell limit. Now we will see buy limit. Basically a buy limit is a pending order used for buying the market below the current market price. Okay, like for example market is running in this region. Okay, and if you think that market will fall down and I want to get a better entry from this level. Okay, for example this is your support. Okay, and you want to buy from and you want to buy market from this level. Okay, you want to make your entry as much as better you can, so then you will set a buy limit pending order on your MT4. Okay, so a buy limit pending order is always used for buying the market below the current market price. Now we will go to MT4 and we will see what is a buy limit. So my dear students, as you can see here, we will go to new order and then we will choose here pending orders. Okay, here we have four types of orders: buy limit, sell limit, buy stop, sell stop. Okay, so our concern is buy limit. Now buy limit will mean that we will buy market from below from this current market price. Like for example right now my market price is 1.3089, so I will set my buy limit below this. Okay, like I have set my buy limit about 7 pips below and then I will click on place. Okay, here I can set my stop loss and here I can decide about its expiry date also. Okay, so it's done. Now keep one thing in your mind, that pending order always placed below this gray line. Okay, we know that open position is above the gray line. Pending order will always be placed below this gray line. Okay, so whenever price will reach, our entry will be triggered. If price is in the 10 pips range, then this will be shown as green. Okay, now if you want to modify your order, you can also modify it by just clicking here. Okay, you can set your stop loss, you can set your take profit and adjust it. Okay, and if you want to change your price, like for example if I want to change my price and if I want to set it here, then I will modify it also. Our other method is, if you want to modify, then just click here. Okay, in this way your order will be modified. So basically a buy limit order is to buy the market below the current market price. Like market is running here and then if I want to buy from here, so I will set my buy limit order here just by clicking there and then by selecting pending order and then selecting this option. Okay, so this was the explanation of buy limit order. Now we will see what is sell limit. Basically my dear students, a sell limit is a pending order which is used for selling the market above the current market price. Okay, like for example you have any strategy or you have anything in your mind just like resistance and you think that market is running at this price. Okay, at this moment market is here and you want to get a sell entry and you think that this is your resistance level. Okay, and I want a better entry from this level. Okay, so then you will set a pending order. Okay, it will be sell limit. Okay, and you want to sell your market and you want to sell your pair from this level. You think that it will be a better entry for me. Okay, and you want to sell from this level, so it will be your sell limit. Okay, keep in mind that sell limit is used for selling the market above current market price. This is our current market price and we will set it for selling the market right from there. Okay, now we will go to MT4 and we will see what is sell limit. Now we will see what is sell limit on our MT4. So my dear students, a sell limit is always used for selling the market above the current market price. Right now my market price is this one, 1.3290. So I will set a sell limit pending order above the current market price, that when I think if market hits this price level, okay, and then it should got a reversal. Okay, so this will be my sell limit pending order, right? For example, we will click on new order, and after clicking on that we will go to pending orders. Okay, now I want to set a sell limit. Here just click here, okay, and then press OK. Here I can adjust my stop loss, take profit, and just click place. So right now you can see my order is triggered. So whenever price will hit this line, okay, this green line, my order will be triggered, my sell entry will be triggered. Okay, right now market is in the 10 pips range, so it is showing green. If I want to modify my order and if I want to adjust it, then I can click here, okay, or if you can modify your order right from there also, just by clicking here you can set your stop loss, take profit, etc, etc. Okay, now keep in mind that sell limit will be shown below this gray line. Okay, and whenever order will be triggered, it will shown above this gray line. Okay, so this is how we can set our sell limit. Once again I will repeat, sell limit is used for selling the market above the current market price, and buy limit is used for buying the market below the current market price. Okay, welcome back my students. So now we will see what is stop order. Okay, so my dear students, a stop order is an order to buy the market above the current market price or to sell the market below the current market price. Okay, now keep in mind that a stop order is used when you think that market will break out or market will continue its trend. Okay, market will continue its direction. Like for example, okay, market is running here and you think that market breaks this resistance, then I want to buy from here. Okay, and market will further go up, so here you will set your buy stop. Okay, and similarly if market is falling and you think that this is your support level, and if market breaks this support, then market will further fall down. Okay, so after that market will come down and here you will set your sell stop. Okay, buy stop and sell stop. Basically a stop order used when you think that market will continue its trend, when you think that market will continue its direction. Okay, so it is used to buy the market above the current price, okay, or to sell the market below the current price. Okay, and it is used when trader thinks that price action will continue upon reaching that price level. There are two types of stop order: buy stop and sell stop. Now we will see what is buy stop. Basically a buy stop is a pending order used for buying the market above the current market price. Okay, a pending order used for buying the market above the current market price. So just for example, if your market is running at this level and this is your resistance, you think that you are a breakout trader, and or you think that market will further continue for going above, so you will set a buy stop order here. Okay, and you think that market will further go up, so you will set your buy stop always above the current market price. Okay, this is your current market price and here you will set. You think that market will break out and it will further go up. Okay, so basically buy stop order is used for buying the market above the current market price. Okay, so now we will see our buy stop on our MT4. So my dear students, right now you can see this price is running. If you think that market will further go up and it is going to break this barrier, just for an example, okay, so what you need to do, just click there and then press on pending order. Okay, and then you can set your buy stop. Okay, now our buy stop will be above for buying the market above the current market price. So I am going to click there and I will set my parameters, stop loss, take profit, and then I can set it here. Okay, so here you can see our buy stop order has been placed. Okay, and it is above the current market price. Whenever market will hit this level, so our entry will be triggered, our buy order will be triggered, our buy stop order will be triggered. Okay, if we want to modify it, then just click here. You can set your stop loss, take profit, or you can adjust from here. Okay, so in this way you can set your buy stop order. Once again I will repeat, buy stop order is used whenever you think that market will further continue its trend and it will go up. Okay, so it is used for placing a buy entry above the current market price. Okay, what you need to do, just click on new order, then select pending order from here and then buy stop. Okay, and then adjust your values and you can set buy stop. Okay, so in this way you can manage your buy stop. Now we will see what is sell stop. So my dear students, a sell stop is a pending order used for selling the market below the current market price. Okay, I want to show you here, just like for example, if your market is running here and it is coming down, and if you think that market is going to break down this support and it will further continue coming down, so what you need to do, just you will set a sell stop here after this breakout. Okay, by adjusting your stop loss and take profit, and then market will continue to come down. Okay, so basically a sell stop is used for selling the market below the current market price. Okay, our current market price is here. Okay, and we will adjust our sell stop here if we think that market will further continue coming down here. Okay, basically these pending order are used especially at the times of news. Okay, for fundamental trades. Okay, now we will go to MT4 and we will see what is sell stop. So my dear students, a sell stop is a pending order which is used for selling the market below the current market price. As you can see, this is my current market price 1.3289. Okay, so if I want to sell my market below from my current market price at any of these levels, okay, not above, below here. Okay, what I will do, I will click on new order and then I will select pending order and then I will select sell stop. Okay, as you can see here, then I will click there and I will adjust my values. So then press OK. So as you can see, if market will come down from this level and it will hit my target, okay, then my sell trade will be triggered. Okay, so in this way you can set your sell stop. Sell stop is basically placed when you think that market will continue to fall down, okay, and it will further fall down. Okay, so you will place your sell order below the current market price. If you want to modify your order, then you can click here and you can bring it down. Okay, or you can modify it just by clicking there. Okay, once again I will repeat, Sell stop is using for selling the market below the current market price. It's very easy. Just click a new order, then select pending order, and then select sell stop from here, and then press, and then adjust your values, and then press OK. So here you can see your sell stop. Okay, so this was the explanation of what is sell stop. Okay, so basically now we have understand what is a new order, what are the types of order, all the important types of order we have studied that. Okay, so this was the explanation of an entry order and its type. I am sure that now you have got a fully understandable and clear concept of these terms. Okay, and in the future you are never going to get any kind of confusion. Okay, thank you so much. Hello and welcome back viewers. Now in this lesson we are going to learn what is stop loss. Okay, what are the meanings of stop loss. Okay, so let's start. So my dear students, the beauty of forex trading and the beauty of using MT4 is that we can control our loss limit in any trade. Okay, either it is instant trade, either it is pending order. Okay, so we have the ability to control our loss. Okay, so for that the order which we are going to use is known as stop loss. Okay, as its name is suggesting, it has meaning that we can limit our stop loss. Okay, so stop loss is a type of pending order, okay, that allows the trader to set a predefined level on price chart that closes a losing position. Okay, basically it is used to close a losing position when our market is going in our against direction. Okay, for example, if we have taken a buy trade, okay, and like I have bought any pair from here at this level, but my predictions went wrong. Okay, and market goes down instead of going up. Okay, so what I need to do to control my stop loss, I will set my stop loss here at this level. Okay, so when market crosses this level, my entry should be closed. Okay, we have seen that take profit should be above the price. Okay, in our buy entry, stop loss should be below that. Okay, so basically stop loss is used to control our capital. Okay, similarly if we have a sell entry from here, okay, and we want to see that market will come down, but unfortunately market goes against us, and here we want that our trade should be closed. So when our price will come there, our trade is going to be closed because we have set our stop loss here. Okay, so stop loss is used to protect our capital, to minimize our loss in a trade. So it controls loss in a trade. It is always abbreviated as SL. Okay, take profit as TP, stop loss as SL. Okay, we have studied in the new order and all the entry orders type that we can set our stop loss in both instant and pending orders also. Okay, in pending order trades and in instant order trades also. Okay, so stop loss can be set in the instant and pending order trades. Okay, so basically stop loss is used to control our loss, to minimize our loss. Okay, and it is a type of pending order that allows the traders to set a predefined level on the price chart that closes a losing position. Okay, it is always abbreviated as SL. So this was the explanation that what is stop loss. Okay, thank you so much. Hello and welcome back viewers. Now in this lesson we are going to learn what is take profit. Okay, this is another important term, especially for the beginners. Sometimes they face a difficulty to understand this term. Okay, so my dear students, let's start. Now take profit is the most important pre-calculated levels for a trader. Okay, and it is used to lock in any profit. Okay, as its name is suggesting, this is used to take the profit. We have already studied all the instant pending orders in full detail Take profit is included in the pending orders. Okay, this is from category of pending order. So take profit is a type of pending order that is placed to close a profitable position. Remember, it is used for closing a profitable trade. Either it is going to be a buy trade, either it is going to be a sell trade. Only profitable position. Okay, once the market reaches a specific price, which we will set that. Okay, so that type of pending order that is used to close a profitable position once the market reaches a price level. Okay, like for example, here we have taken any kind of trade. Here for example, I am going to take a buy trade from this level. Okay, and I feel that whenever price is going to reach at this level, I should close my trade. Okay, and if I am not available in front of my PC or laptop, okay, and due to any problem like internet connection, so we will set our take profit at this level. Okay, for buy trade always above the current market price it will be. Okay, and if we have a sell trade, then it will be below the current market price. Okay, so in buy order we will set our take profit here, and in sell order we will set our take profit here. Okay, once price is going to reach this level, our trade will be automatically closed here. Okay, and take profit will lock in our profit. Okay, it will take profit and our trade will be closed automatically. Similarly, if we have a sell trade, whenever price is going to reach at this level, okay, our trade will be closed and we will get our profit. Okay, so this is how take profit is going to work for us, and it is a predefined level to lock in any profit. After that, it is abbreviated as TP, take profit. Most commonly name used for it is TP. Okay, and it can be set in instant and pending orders both. We have already studied all type of orders with full details, and there we have seen that how to adjust and how to modify our take profit and stop loss, etc., etc. So basically take profit is a type of pending that is used to close our profitable trade. Okay, either it is sell or buy trade. Okay, and it is a predefined level to lock in any profit. It is abbreviated as TP. Okay, it can be set in instant and pending orders both. So this was the explanation that what is take profit. Okay, thank you so much.